In France, 45,000 police officers have been deployed as a fourth night of protest over the fatal police shooting of a racialized teenager gets underway. Police arrested demonstrators as they began gathering at the Place de la Concorde in Paris. The unrest spread to France's second largest city, the southern port of Marseille, where looters raided a gun shop. At least one person was caught with a stolen hunting rifle. All this comes as repairs are still being made from last night's damage. Chris Brown has more on that.
The most destructive night of rioting France has seen in years left few cities untouched and hundreds of people under arrest. In Roubaix, an entire commercial building was torched. In Paris, stores were looted, and one of the city's premier Olympic venues for next summer, the Aquatic Center, was left badly damaged. I don't understand this outpouring of hatred. I have no words. We saw this city alive, and now people are in tears, she said. President Emmanuel Macron has weathered street protests before, but few with the intensity as these. He left an EU gathering in Brussels for an emergency meeting on the crisis. One-third of all the people arrested were young, sometimes very young people, he said, urging parents to keep them in tonight. He also blamed social media for fanning the protests, calling on internet companies to take down sensitive footage. Of course, it's because of this video of the shooting death of 17-year-old Nael that so many are outraged. He was the son of North African parents, and many believe his race made it easier for the officer to pull the trigger. The UN has now even weighed in.
This is a moment for the country to seriously address the deep issues of racism and racial discrimination in law enforcement.
I can imagine that every member of the government is afraid to have such a movement.
This sociologist says Macron has to sound like he understands the community's concerns, but not too much.
He has to take into account that he could lose the police officer if he appeared to be too near to this kind of people, the young people in the banlieue. So he has to manage this kind of equilibrium between the both.
Some places have now banned demonstrations. Others have stopped public transit from running late in a bid to keep people off the streets and quell the violence. Chris Brown, CBC News, London.